Let's switch gears here and talk about the jobs market, because the jobless claims number that we got out this morning, better than expected, hitting its lowest level that we've seen since the start of the pandemic. So here to talk a little bit more about this and what she is seeing in terms of job opportunities right now, we want to talk to Irina Novoselsky. She is the CEO of CareerBuilder. And Irina, it's great to have you. When you look at the trend that we've seen over the last few weeks, at least in the jobless claims number, they certainly are heading in the right direction. What are you seeing just in terms of the number of job openings and then also the ability for employers to fill those positions?
I mean, that second part of what you said, Shauna, is so critical. There's a hiring pandemic that is the opposite of what we just lived through in 2020. And that is that companies cannot find enough talent to fill their open jobs. And it's ironic because when you look at the unemployment rates, they're still double pre-COVID levels. However, when you look at what's happening on the candidate supply, it's completely different than what's happening before. And for example, there's over 200% increase in job posting. And yet we're at an all-time low of candidates actually looking for jobs. We're at a 48-year low. And so what's happening is it's driving intense competition for every single job. We're seeing waitresses. There's over 22 jobs open for every single waitress. On software developers, we're seeing almost 30 jobs open for every single software developer. It is a really tough environment for companies to hire right now.
So one of the things the platform does, though, and in your words, you remove the friction points, right, between applicant and potential employer. What are those friction points and how do you make it much better?
Well, Adam, we're actually doing this really exciting partnership with Workday. Today, when candidates show up to job sites, one of the things they do is they click on a job, and then they sometimes get routed to different pages. And it can take 10 to 15 different steps for a candidate to apply. And in this kind of environment, companies can't have a 90% candidate drop off. Candidates are too valuable. So we partnered with Workday. We're the first in the space to get the type of integration that allows a one-click apply. So candidates can click on a job and they immediately go into the company's ATS system, Workday in this case, and get connected to the job instantly. It eliminates the drop-off. It eliminates the lengthy processes and the multiple steps. And it allows one active solution to clients right now that are really struggling to fill open jobs.
Irina, what do you blame or what do you think is the cause of this, I guess is a better way to phrase it? Is it the enhanced unemployment benefits? I'm talking about this mismatch that we're seeing just in terms of the number of Americans that are unemployed, yet we still have millions of job openings. Is it a skills gap? Is it the enhanced unemployment benefits? Is it a combination of that? I mean, from your view, what do you think is the biggest driver of this?
It's all three. It's less on the unemployment side. So for example, unemployment's helping in the sense that most states have increased unemployment benefits. So when you annualize the minimum wage, you're basically getting anywhere from $30,000 a year to $45,000 a year annualized, depending on the state that you live in, which is definitely impacting those jobs that fit into those salary ranges. However, that's not all of the jobs. One of the things that we're seeing a decline in is switchers, which make up actually the majority of the open role fillings, right? It's people who have a job that are looking to switch roles. And we're seeing delay there for two main reasons. One, 70% of schools are still in a hybrid model in some way. And so parents are taking a second look on should they be switching jobs? Should they be moving companies? And the second thing, Shauna, you said it, is the skills gap. It existed before, but if we think about what COVID has done, it's materially accelerated the dynamics of so many different industries. And so the type of talent that we're now looking to fill doesn't exist today. And our companies are seeing that in that there's 20, 30 open jobs for every single candidate. And it's just creating this very unique situation that we would not have expected post-pandemic.
When we talk about that, from personal experience regarding relatives, I know there's a shortage in, for instance, home health and personal care aides. You see it actually at some of the nursing homes and assisted living facilities, and it's one of the areas you highlight as need. Now, I don't want to say these are low-skilled jobs because in a lot of these cases, these people are providing medical service. So Have you seen more people coming to websites like yours, trying to find those positions, but also to get the best salary they can because they are in demand?
They are in demand. I mean, you mentioned nurses. There are 43 open jobs for every single nurse. And so we're seeing a few different dynamics. One is people are trying to figure out the salary arbitrage of a certain job depending on the skill set that they have. And two, one of the things and you mentioned, while there's certain levels of nurses that require higher level certifications, there are a lot entry level roles that you can broaden your skill set and get a certification for pretty quickly, or even across various different openings and customer service jobs, in mortgage application roles and approvers. One of the things that we're seeing is that not only are candidates applying more to broader roles, there's less of them, but they're going more wide for the ones that are applying. We're actually seeing the challenge on the other side where companies now have to be more open to taking somebody who doesn't have 100% of the experience set. That just doesn't exist today in this kind of demand supply environment. And so companies are having to take 80% of the skill set, 70% of the skill set, but have some of the skill set might not have the exact experience. And so we're really coaching our clients on how do you move from that? Have they done it to can they do it? And it's now relevant more than ever.
Irina Novoselsky, CEO of CareerBuilder, thanks so much for taking the time.